Every time you see a Black Strat, probably, you think the same as I do. Yeah? This time, we'll build a David Gilmour Black Strat replica. Stick with me! What's up fellow Gotoh chasers, welcome back to one more video here at the channel. Today, moving back to a nice style video which was really successful at the beginning of the Riffs and rig. I'm talking about guitar assembling projects. But instead of building a DIY kit, this time I am assembling a PartsCaster using affordable parts from online marketplaces. The full story starts with me rolling the Italian second-hand marketplace and finding this beautiful Black Strat body for a pretty reasonable price. This was a Squier Affinity body, in poplar and with light marks of use. Naturally, the first thing which came to my mind was the amazing David Gilmour Black Strat, so I decided to take a look if I would be able to find a relatively affordable neck which could match the visual of the original one. And navigating through the Amazon, I got to this, a beautiful caramelized maple neck in a pretty affordable range. In this way, we could get to a guitar structure costing less than 150 bucks. Not bad, yeah? Of course, I still needed to consider the price of the mechanical parts, electrical parts, and the pickup set. Luckily, I had lots of spare parts laying around here at home, so I just needed to order some plastic pieces more, some plates, and what I decided it would be the most significant challenge of this build. A 2 pivots bridge to replace the original 6 screws Squier Affinity bridge. But wait, David Gilmour Black Strat does not have the 2 pivots bridge. Yes, I know, but as I would like this guitar to have a better performance compared to my other Strats, I decided to invest in good and reliable mechanics for tremolo action. For this reason, I'm going to use the Gotoh high quality machine heads, bone nut, and the Guyker superior 2 pivots bridge, which features a robust heavy block and rolls on the saddles to guarantee ultimate tuning while using the tremolo. On what regards electrical parts, the David Gilmour Strat also allows us to get out of the common sense, expanding the 5-way wiring scheme to the 7-way wiring model, also known as Gilmour mod. If you are hearing it for the first time, I'll tell you, the Gilmour mod allows you with an additional toggle the individual engagement of the neck pickup, independently of the position which you have on the 5-way selector. This solution will then allow you to use the neck and bridge pickups simultaneously and also all pickups on the same time, give you much more ranges of tone with your Strat. On top of that, we'll take the opportunity to already connect the tone control also for the bridge pickup. The original Gilmour mod runs with a small 2-way toggle which is generally placed between the tone and volume knobs, but an alternative way can be also the application of a push and pull switch. For a while, I'll keep this decision pending, as it will be topic for the next episode. On the pickup side of things, I have a pack of WAAAH Texas Hot, which was waiting here for an opportunity of testing it. Yeah, the time has come. Even if I know that the Black Strat has a pretty characteristic combinations of pickups, including the Fat 50s in the neck, I'll keep things simple and affordable here. In the future, I can maybe try to upgrade those for a more modern sounding kit, like the V70s, but for a while, those Texas Hot will work. Now that we talked a lot about the project, it's time to put hands on. And well, I did it totally live in my secondary channel in Portuguese, so if you'd like to continue following the building of this guitar, you can follow me there. The first thing, of course, was to start disassembling the body parts which came together. I also took the freedom to test the Music Lily pickguard and plastic parts before the start recording, so I will start deassembling those together. Now, it's time to jump straight to the biggest challenge in this build, adapting the 6 screws bridge to the 2 pivots one. Remembering that I am not a luthier, I am just an enthusiast of guitar building projects, so if you are watching this video as an instructional video, do not take for granted what I am doing as a best practice, okay? It's by your own risk. I decided to start covering the 6 screw holes, even if I would need to reopen the 2 outer ones. The reason for that is to guarantee that the neighbor holes would not fragilize the fixation of the pivot bushings. To close, I have used simple bamboo chopping sticks with super glue, cutting the excess with a chisel and finalizing it by filing the excess, taking care to do not damage the body paint and finally covering it with another layer of super glue. After that, I left it aside while the glue would cure and decided to work on the neck. You'll notice that I previously applied my custom logo using water slide decal, but as a test, I decided to do not cover it with lacquer. Well, it was a mistake, as you'll see the logo jumping out pretty soon. Anyway, it was time to start replacing the plastic nut which came in this neck. The plastic nut was not bad, but as I told, I want this guitar to be a stable tremolo guitar, so I decided to replace it anyway. After suffering a little bit to find the proper working position to remove the nut, without damaging the wood, I was able to remove it, as it was not glued. Later, in order to replace the nut with the bone one, I needed to lightly file the excess of material to reduce the nut height and also the depth. After replacing it, I moved ahead with the installation of the machine heads, taking the advantage that the modern Gotoh machine heads do not require conversion bushings. So the procedure was simply to place the tuning pegs, get an initial fixation with the counter screw, and later drew a small hole for the fixation screws, taking care to do not let it trespass to the other side of the headstock.
As it's already happened in some previous projects I did.
After setting up the screws, it was all done. We are ready to move back to the guitar body and continue the bridge conversion. In order to start drilling the new fixation holes, I'll need to guarantee the correct placement of the new bridge. So for this reason, I decided to identify neck center line using a reference and support the plastic thick wire bridge pocket, and later measuring the correct distance between the center line and the pivot hole center. Once I marked the centers in the wood, it was time to start drilling, taking into consideration that the big holes would require first some guide holes drilling. The first holes I drilled were with 3mm drill, and later increased it to 5.5mm, which is the largest drill I have available at my toolset. Before increasing more the diameter, I decided to double check the position of the holes, and well, seems it works. Now, the next step was to enlarge the bushings hole, but in order to do it in a uniform way and to not lose the proper center alignment, I decided to use the Dremel and a grinding wheel to get it. Holes done, so it was time to start hammering down the bushings, which got quite tight, but still fine. After screwing the pivots and replacing the bridge, seems it works. So now, it's time to work on the back to assemble the tremolo springs. The Guyker bridge came with two sets of springs, black ones, which are regular tension, and red ones, which are heavy tension ones. As I intend to use this tremolo in a smooth way, I decided to put in place only two black springs and keep the fixation as much close as I could from the block. After setting it up, I assembled the tremolo arm and done! The tremolo is fully functional and seems pretty smooth, even without the strings tension to assist it. Finally, before closing the first episode, I decided to drill the neck fixation holes in the body pocket, simply following the original drilling from the Affinity neck pocket. Now, we are ready to move to the electrical parts preparation, but these will remain for the next episode. I am loving how this is turning, but this is only my opinion, and now I want to know yours. Did you like what you saw until here? And as always, if this video was helpful to you somehow, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button so YouTube can spread this video to many other people, and also becoming a member of the channel so you can enjoy special perks like anticipated video releases, full DIY videos, and also get a chance to win amazing gear in our monthly giveaways. You can do that clicking enjoy below or reading the QR code at the corner of this video. I'll catch you on the next. Keep on rocking.